All right. We talked about 5 different compartments. The first one we talked about was made special for the angels that sinned, called Titarius. Of course, these compartments are all somewhere in the center of the earth. Then the other one we talked about was paradise. Say, well, Roger, why would paradise be included among the 5 compartments of hell? Because paradise, there was a great gulf fixed between paradise and hell. The hell that you and I grew up understanding and learning about, being taught about, was a great gulf fixed between paradise and hell, and that's why paradise is included with it. Of course, paradise has been done away with. When Jesus resurrected, he took all the souls that were in paradise, so all paradise has been eliminated. And it's probably why Isaiah said that hell had enlarged itself. I'm assuming that hell had taken the place where paradise once was. Because wide is the gate, and many will go in thereat, but narrow is the way, and few there will be that find it. So we know the Lord's not willing that any should perish. He doesn't like to lose anybody. He loves y'all. He's not willing any should perish. We're all his children. Well, we were all created by him. Let me rephrase that. You're his child if you've invited him to come and live in your heart. Whenever the scripture talks about males or he's, just always remember women are included in that. When I say the men's wicked souls are in hell, I would include also women's wicked souls are there as well. So we're at Lake of Fire. There are very few references to Lake of Fire, and I'm still working on getting you copies of this. I actually have a copy. I just need to get my daughter to help me enlarge it so you can read it. I can read it, but you really need some good glasses to read it. So I have to get it enlarged, and then we're going to make copies for all of you to have the references to each and every one of the departments we talked about. Titarius, paradise, hell, the abyss, or the bottomless pit. Dr. Dakes has this one listed separate. I have a different opinion. I do think that Titarius and the abyss and bottomless pit, I think they're together. Why do I think that? It's because both of them have to do with wicked angels. You see, wicked angels can't be in the same place as wicked men. Well, at least not now, not yet, because they will be together in the lake of fire. All of them will be there. And we're just getting there. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we're going to look at all the scripture verses, there's not many, that have to do with the lake of fire. And the first reference is found in the book of Revelation. Of course, you're going to know that most of them are going to be in Revelation. Not all of them, but most of them are going to be there. And our first reference is Revelation, let's see, chapter 20, verse 6. I'm going to go back a little further. Chapter 20, verse 6. 19, 20, verse 6. Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death has no power. But they shall be priests of God of Christ, and they shall reign with him 8,000 years. All right. And then, let's see, verses 11 and 15. There we go. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it. By the way, Christians have no part in this. Only judgment that we have is a judgment seat of Christ. It'll be there that you receive your rewards. Christians don't have any part in this judgment. Well, who does? Well, we've got to read further. I saw a great white throne. He sat on it, from whose face the earth and heavens fled away, and there was found no place for them. I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. The dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. The sea gave up the dead which were in it. Everybody killed at sea. A lot of people. A A lot of people been killed at sea. Many. All those in the military killed, armed forces in the sea. The sea gives up the dead which were in it. Now here's interesting. Death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works. And here, look at verse 14. Death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. There's the final judgment. That's eternal. Eternal final judgment ends with the lake of fire. Death and hell. The hell I was talking about, where there was a great gulf fixed between hell and paradise, that's the hell that will be cast into the lake of fire, with the devil and his angels and anybody that was not found written in the book of life. That is the final judgment, is the lake of fire. And then there's a reference, 21:8. Chapter 21, verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving, the abominable, murderers, whoremongers, sorcerers, idolaters, all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Chapter 22, verse 15. For without are dogs, sorcerers, whoremongers, murderers, and adulterers, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. And then we have Matthew, Revelation, chapter 14. Got to back up here a little bit. Revelation, chapter 14. Chapter 14, 9 through 14. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or no night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. I heard a voice from heaven saying, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth, they saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, their works do follow them. I looked, and behold, a white cloud. Upon the cloud one sat like the Son of Man, having in his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. All right. Verse 19, or chapter 19, sorry. Chapter 19. Chapter 19, verse 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And then I see one more reference, all the way back to Isaiah. We're going back to Isaiah chapter 66. You know, Isaiah was known as a miniature Bible. 66 chapters in Isaiah. There's 66 books in the Bible, so Isaiah is recognized as a miniature Bible. Isaiah 66. Maybe I didn't put it. No, I guess I did. There it is. It's the last chapter, of course. What verse are we looking at? 22 to 24. For as the new heavens and the new earth which I will make shall remain before me, saith the Lord, so shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me. There Isaiah is getting a glimpse of future, far ahead of us, where the battle of Armageddon will cause all these carcasses, men will be considered carcasses that have fallen and been slain. And this is the glimpse that Isaiah the prophet is seeing upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me, for their worms shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched. That's the final judgment of the lake of fire. And they shall be an abhorrent unto all flesh. All right. That covers all the scripture verses that's given for the lake of fire. Like I said, I'm of the opinion that I believe the abyss and the bottomless pit and Tartarus, I think, are the same. I know Dr. Dakes has separated them, but I wouldn't see any reason why they'd have to be separate places, because within these prisons are the same. There are fallen angels. There's demons. And they have to have, God has made a special place for them for the time. But as you know, the final judgment will be the lake of fire, and they'll all be cast therein. All the wicked angels, Satan himself will be cast there, and all his names have not been found written in the Lamb's Book of Life will be put in the lake of fire. All right, that concludes our study on the 5 compartments. And we're going to be taking communion.